Hi, I'm Council President Mary Sohor, and I'd like to welcome you to another segment of Council Corner. Today, my co-host Debbie Walker and I will be speaking with our CFO and tax collector, Dawn Swoboda. Later on in the segment, we will be speaking with Mayor Henry. So we'd like to welcome Dawn. Dawn, welcome to Council Corner.
Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for coming. So Dawn, who sets the tax rates that are billed by the township?
Well, each entity sets their own budget and tax levy. The entities besides the municipality that the township collects for is the Old Bridge Board of Education, Middlesex County Open Space, the Old Bridge Library, and 4 fire districts, Lawrence Harbor, Cheesequake, South Old Bridge, and Madison Park. From there, each entity, once they adopt their budget, it goes to the state for their approval. The state certifies the tax levy and sends it to Middlesex County Board of Taxation. From there, the county tax administrator certifies the tax rates to me, and then we're able to send out our bills based on those tax rates.
Yeah, people seem a little confused since we do send the tax bill out. They think that we've set all the budget, so that's why we want to have this segment to try to explain that to people.
Yeah, especially in a year where taxes have gone up quite a bit. You know, right away it's a knee-jerk reaction, and you know, people are very concerned, and they want to understand where this is coming from, and that's why we wanted you here as well, so that you could clarify which entities were, you know, involved in the tax increases this year. I think that's really important.
Would you give us a breakdown of the taxes?
Sure. So for 2023, the overall tax levy is about $198 million. Of that, the municipal portion is only $36 million, or 18% of the total taxes we collect. So for every dollar that we take in at the tax window, the township only keeps 18 cents on that dollar. The largest piece is obviously the school tax. That's 57%. Middlesex County is 17%. The fire districts are about 4%. And then Middlesex County Open Space and the library make up 2% each of the total levy.
I see that the school tax levy is 57%
of the
Can
total
you
budget.
give us a little background on that, some numbers as far as the amounts?
Sure. I mean, kind of throughout New Jersey, the school tax is usually the largest portion.
Yeah.
In Old Bridge for 2023, the tax levy amount is about $114 million.
So that's a significant amount.
That's a significant amount. Over, I would say, the past 5 years, the state has decreased the state aid to the Old Bridge School District.
The cut in funding has been horrific.
Millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And to me, it's another tax levy on Old Bridge residents, because now they have to make up for the
Pass
money
it
that
on,
the state
right.
has taken away. Yes.
And everybody needs to pay school taxes. That's a common question. I don't have kids in the school
Yeah, you hear
system.
that too, right?
Yes.
You know, what can I do? Because some other states,
Do it
if
differently.
you don't have
Yeah.
school kids in the school system, they don't need to pay school tax.
Yeah, our
but not in
formula
New
is
Jersey.
different. Yeah, but it's very disheartening that the state has cut so much money.
Yes.
Because again, the services need to be provided, and I mean, you can't expect to go backwards, you know?
Yes.
So we're getting more and more of the burden. And we do a lot of shared services with the schools, you know,
Correct.
trying to keep things on an even keel as well.
Correct.
But with the state, the cutting of the funding, it's really gotten
It's been very
hard.
difficult,
Yeah.
and I hope it's not going to continue in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's no place to go.
Yeah, we
you
send a
know?
lot of money to the state.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, we sure do.
Can you tell us what the increases were this year?
Sure. So the largest percentage increase was Middlesex County Open Space at 11.84%. Next, the library at 9.41%. Now, where both of them have a high percentage increase, they're only about 2% of the total levy. So the dollar amount isn't so significant. Middlesex County had a 7.32% increase, which they make up 17% of the total levy, and the school 1.58%. then the municipality actually had a tax decrease. I've been here 15 years. I've never seen a municipal tax, actually any tax decrease in any of the entities. But the municipal had a decrease of 1.09% over the 2022 rate.
So you'd say the highest dollar amount was the county.
Yes. When you convert it dollar-wise, we always talk budget time in our budget presentations about the average home, what it's assessed for.
Right.
So for 2023, the average home is assessed at $155,606. And you have to remember, that's not market value, that's assessed value. And Old Bridge is only about 35% of the market value. So based on that $155,606, the total tax increase is $222.52, or 2.66%. Now, the county had the largest dollar increase. Based on those numbers, the increase for the county was $102.70, while the municipal tax decrease equates to $17.12.
Because if we didn't have a decrease, the taxes would have even went up more.
Correct.
And we give a lot for those 18 cents on a dollar. We provide a lot of services.
Yeah, well, when you think the county, we give 17%.
Correct.
And the town is only 18%.
Yes.
That's quite a feat for what we've been doing.
It is. That 18%, it equates to about 36 million.
Right.
And that covers public safety, so police, emergency management, public works, roads, vehicle repair, recycling, snow removal,
Senior center.
parks and recreation, and community development. So engineering, planning, zoning, the construction office, and code enforcement, as well as all the administrative offices here.
We understand people are going through rough times now, so we're happy that we, as a municipality, were able to decrease the tax this year. And I thought the county went up very high in this time, 7.9% plus the open space. Actually, Council President Sohor and ourselves had gone to the county and asked if they could help with bulk pickup for us to maybe get a little something back, and they had declined.
Yeah, we were hoping that maybe, given that we do contribute a fair amount to the county, that maybe perhaps we would be able to get, a few things that they could help us with that are, to defray some of the cost. And unfortunately, that was one of them, the bulk pickup. And, they did decline. They did say that it was not feasible. So here we are, but we just want the residents to understand how this worked and where all the money went, so to speak, because like Debbie said, they're struggling. And when you see my taxes went up a good amount, and I was like, oh, it makes it very difficult for people right now. Very hard.
One thing that goes out every year with our tax bill, there's multiple inserts in there.
Recycling.
There's a recycling, there's a newsletter from the administration. There is a two-sided letter from the tax office, and right at the top, it does give a lot of valuable tax information on how to pay your taxes and different programs and stuff that are offered. But right at the top, it gives a pie chart of the breakdown of percentages of where your taxes go, as well as the increases, decreases for that year in each line. And also on the tax bill, on the left-hand side, it gives that breakdown of the tax rate and what it equates to in dollars for your specific property. So even if the homeowner has last year's tax bill, if they didn't throw it out, you can take them and compare and see for your property how much each entity increased or decreased.
And each one of these entities sets their own budget, so we don't have anything to do with that.
No. The township has no say.
The unfortunate thing is the state by law makes us collect all the money for these entities, and even if our tax collection rate is 99%, we have to give these entities at 100%.
Correct. We have to turn over to them 100%
considering how much we take in, that's a lot of money.
How much this
1%.
year did we lose on that?
So for 2022, our collection rate was 99.49%, which seems very high and very good. But on a dollar amount of about $198 million, it was a little less in 2022. it equates to 1.5 million at the end of the year of open
that's a lot
taxes.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
On a budget our size, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know, and I think we've really tried very hard to keep things running on the right path. All the different capital projects, you know, and that we've done. I think we really have tried to use that money wisely. And I think this administration and all the department heads, everyone, has done a great job in holding the line and, you know, trying to come up with new ideas to make this work. And it's rough, but we just wanted our residents to understand, you know, what happened. And this is, you know, hard.
People are upset because their taxes did go up quite a bit. Like Mary said, mine went up quite a bit. But when you look at the county, 7.9 plus the open space, it was quite an increase.
It was a big increase for us. You know,
We really appreciate you coming to explain all this to us
anytime.
because I don't think people really look at the inserts in their tax bills.
No, they don't.
I wish they'd pay a little more attention.
well, you know, we just, when they get that, it's like sticker shock.
Yeah.
And we just wanted them to understand that we truly do realize that it is a difficult time right now. A lot of people, like Debbie said, they're struggling, they need help. And when this comes, it's kind of like, you know, so we appreciate, we really, really do.
I wish they could change the state law and let the other entities send out their own bills so that people could really understand where the raises are coming from.
Yes, unfortunately, we at the tax window, and I have to say, I'm usually not the face at the tax window. My two employees in the tax office are, and they're excellent at handling the issues because, as you said, a lot of people, no one likes paying their taxes, and we hear about it at the window.
That's one of the departments that gets the, you know, the reputation of being, oh gosh, taxes. But we just wanted to make sure, because we did get people telling us, calling us, and asking what happened. And we just wanted them to know what happened and how it all
But
played
we were
out.
so proud that we had a tax
Yeah, we
decrease
were
this year. We're
excited.
like, oh, wait till the residents see it.
Yeah.
And you guys are well, no, look at your bill. We decreased your taxes.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for all the information.
Well, thank you for having me.
And I'm sure
Really.
you're starting on 2024 the next day after the budget was approved, right?
Yes, we are.
Well, maybe we'll have another tax decrease. We can
Well,
hope.
let's hope so. All right. Well, thanks
Thank you
again.
so much for coming.
It
We
was a
really
pleasure
appreciate all
having
you and Vicki do in your office.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're watching Council Corner with President Mary Sohor and myself, Vice President Debbie Walker. We'll be taking a short break and returning with Mayor Owen Henry.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear. Call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
Hi, welcome back to Council Corner. I'm Mary Sohor, Council President, and I'm here with my co-host, Debbie Walker. And today we have a special guest, Mayor Owen Henry. Welcome, Owen.
Hello,
Thank you
ladies.
for coming, Mayor.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me. I always like talking about all this, you know that.
We were going to talk about the tax bill since it just came out, and a lot of residents are complaining. My taxes went up, and they're blaming us because we send the bills out. So we were hoping that you could talk about the tax bill.
I try, as you know. I'm here every
Yeah.
day, and I have to
you
go
are.
by the hallway, and I have to go through the gauntlet when people are paying their taxes. And I was getting a lot of comments this year about the taxes went up. And I tried to tell them that the municipal taxes actually went down.
Right.
And they get it after a while, but they're still angry because they're paying more
That's the
taxes
bottom
this
line,
year
yeah.
in Old Bridge, and we get the brunt of it, as you know. Council and the mayor, you know, we have to collect all the taxes, all the money. And Dawn probably told you it's close to $200 million. We get to collect. How lucky we are, and we only get to keep about 36 million of it. So you can only imagine when you get all that money and have to pass it back out to other taxing entities that really have no responsibility to the taxpayer. They don't have to answer to anyone. No one goes to the county commissioner meetings. So they get kind of a free
Local
pass, a free
officials,
ride.
yeah, local officials get the brunt.
We get
of
all the brunt of it.
You know, of all the anxiety
We've talked
and
about it for years.
frustration.
You know, over a decade now,
Yes.
we've been going
Yes.
through this, 12 budget cycles. And I was so happy to come this year, you know, things are really falling into place with the pilot programs and taking some of the pressure off the residents. And that's what the whole purpose was.
Well, that's
tax
it.
relief.
Like Debbie
And more
said, we
tax
were
relief.
excited about
We were
that.
so
and then-
excited to have a tax decrease, and then the county came in with this heavy increase, and it
County,
got buried.
county open space. The library, as you know, is statute.
Yeah.
We have to give them the money, whatever, and they've been getting pretty good increases.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Over the last couple of years. We all know the school system in Old Bridge gets the majority of our taxes, whatever, 57%. So more than half your tax bill goes to the school system, and the pressures they're under with the cuts.
Well, that's what we
in
talked
state
about as
aid,
well with
Yeah.
Dawn.
which
That
is
state
not
aid is
fair
really
to anyone
down.
here in Old Bridge
No.
in the school system. It's not fair to the taxpayer because a cut in state aid equals tax increase.
We still got to provide the
Yes. You
have to
services,
provide
whether
the education.
we get whether you're getting that
And these
funding
cuts
or not.
weren't, you know, small. They're big cuts.
No,
And
they're
don't-
I think it was
That's what
like
we said.
15 million over the course of the last few
And they're gonna
years.
keep coming.
Cuts.
Yeah.
until we get some type of a fair equalization
Better
program in
formula.
place.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll start working on that next year.
Yeah. Do you remember the lottery when we were kids? Once the lottery came, there were going to be no more
Yeah, that
school
was going to
taxes.
save the seniors
Yeah.
in
Wow.
school. And it's done absolutely nothing.
No, it hasn't. It's been not successful
Yeah.
at all.
They
so
have to stop cutting funding to Old Bridge. 'Cause like you
Yeah.
said,
There has
it's
to be a
just
fair
enough-
funding
yes.
formula where each child gets the amount of
What they
money
should.
regardless of what district they're in. And maybe I think districts like Old Bridge should be rewarded for the results. We're up in the high 90 graduation
yes,
rate.
yes, we're
Where,
very proud.
districts at a below 50% graduation rate are getting billions of dollars, and it's not working.
No,
No,
No.
because
It's just not working.
It's a bad financial times now, and to hit taxpayers with this heavy levy
And everyone
now,
here
it's
in Old
not-
Bridge
yeah.
is good-natured. They live here for a reason. Everybody wants a good education system. That's why people move to Old Bridge. As you know, we have a lot of people coming here from out of, well, bringing you to Old Bridge. Good government, good school system, safety, quality of life, parks, all the things we've invested in over the past 12 years. That's why people are coming here.
yeah.
But it's a little frustrating for me not to have control over.
Well, that's it. You can only control so much, and that the playbook that you've used has been successful, but you can't apply it to the other entities.
We've always heard if
So
the state
you
was
know-
run like Old Bridge, if the county was run like Old Bridge, we'd be in a much better shape.
Well, they
But
would be
you know,
successful.
being an elected
of course.
official is different times. It's much different times than it was.
It's just frustrating because we want the residents to really understand that we have worked very hard
We've
to
done
achieve
so much.
good for the people, and that we really do understand it. We sympathize. Well, listen, all our taxes went up.
Yeah,
It
mine
wasn't-
went up quite substantially.
Yeah, it
But
did.
there's no excuse for not having good management in place.
Right.
And here in Old Bridge, we've increased all our services. Everything we do better now. And you look at it, we did it for less money this year. So I think that sets an example
Mm-hmm.
for a lot of other people to look at and be reasonable. And there
good
are people
model.
who do get it, though.
Right.
You know,
Oh, yeah. No,
there
no.
are people who do thank
Yeah.
me every day. Mayor, thank you, doing such a great job.
Yeah.
I said, well, the council's the one who passed the budget, so
Well, it's- we work together.
You have to work
You
together.
know.
Yeah, well, that's why we wanted you to come today. Hopefully, we can get the word out because we had put leaflets in with the tax bill, but I don't think people are reading it. So we're just trying the best we can. So hopefully, maybe poor people go to these county commissioner meetings.
Well, we're all disappointed in the county's performance.
Yes.
There's not. I don't think there's anyone in any town, any elected official, with their tax increase and the reduction in services.
Yeah, I don't think
And
anyone
so
is satisfied.
we're always filling in the gap here
Yes.
for the county.
And we try to ask for certain, things perhaps to partner up with us to get certain services. And we have not been successful. But, so we just thought we'd like the residents to know. And then also a little bit of update of what's going on.
Oh, there's so much going on. We need a more
I know,
TV
you need
show
another
going
show.
on. Sure, we try to keep the council informed, and you're always available. If anyone has any questions, Cottrell Farm is moving forward. They're doing a lot of work over there with amenities now to open it up to the public. Mamino Park is going a transformation. In fact, the project now is bigger than when the park was first opened. There was only 2 ball fields installed.
It's amazing.
We are putting 3 ball fields in, lighted, synthetic turf, so they can be used 24/7. A big sports league in town is going to call that home base.
That's
no pun
exciting,
intended.
too. No,
They're
that's
excited
exciting,
to have
yeah.
state-of-the-art facilities, and these 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-year-old, 10-year-olds can get on state-of-the-art facilities. And now the coaches don't have to worry about mowing the lawn and all the things
It's
that
hard. You
associate.
volunteer,
Of course,
but
it's
you're
hard.
busy.
So we're giving them state-of-the-art facilities to operate in, scoreboards, things they would never have at the location they're at now. So we're very excited about that. Plus the residents are going to be able to make use of this park. And
Golf
that's just the
course is
beginning.
great. Golf course is exciting.
The golf course is ready. It's almost ready. Debbie, you've seen the transformation
Oh,
from
I can't believe that was
fields.
the old farm.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful
it's gonna
course.
be so
That's
nice.
getting close. We all know that's going to be.
People, that's another thing. Residents are getting very anxious, shall we say? Asking, I went by. Is it what's
Yeah.
And we keep telling them it's coming, and it is. It's
I think
moving
it's
along
moving
well.
very quickly for the project, the scope of the
And these are all
project.
investments in our community. Cottrell Farm, an investment into our residents. Mamino Park, investment into our youth, all ages in Mamino Park. The golf course, it was never going to get done, ever, until we got it done with a private-public partnership. And it's done. I mean, that's a big feather in our cap for getting it finally done. It was a vision of many, but we were able to get it done. So we always continue to invest in our community like a business. The residents are our shareholders.
Yes.
And we invest in them.
Well, they can look
Property
around.
values remain strong here in Old Bridge.
Yeah, they can look around and see where their money's going, and that's important
Right back
too.
to them.
We're trying to do the roads with the capital
I
improvements.
think we
so
put
they
the most
see.
asphalt down this year.
Yeah.
When if you combine what we did and then working with PSC&G, and we're still going.
Yeah.
And that's going to continue for the next couple of years. You're going to see more and more roads get
We've
paved.
gotten good grant money for big streets like Throckmorton Lane, and a lot going on, a lot of good. So when you see all that, I mean, yes, there is some construction too, but those approvals were from 1996.
96.
96.
Yeah, and, any town, you have to have progress, but you don't have to have overdevelopment. And I know a lot of people, overdevelopment, but if you look at the census between 2010 and 2020, the population of Old Bridge has not increased. It's only about 400 people different. Demographics have changed. Old Bridge has gotten a little older,
Yeah.
and there's less children,
And
but
there's
because
other
of
challenges.
society.
I mean, there is the COA, there is challenges. You have to provide what they give
And we
you.
are. Old Bridge has
Yeah,
met
no,
its
we are.
obligation.
Yeah.
And we're always constantly looking forward to the next round of COA. And
There's
A lot of the traffic is really people going to the south of us. They're actually going through Old
I
Bridge.
think overdevelopment to our south and overdevelopment to our north has caused,
We're in the
all roads
got
go
caught
through
in the
Old Bridge.
vortex.
Because
of
we
it.
really haven't been building that much. It's
No.
really, and this, like Mary said, the building on Route 9 was approved in 1996.
Yeah.
The state doesn't let it sunset for quite a few years. Hope something that you could change when you go to Trenton, because that needs
We
to be
start
changed.
throwing out
'Cause
all ideas.
But what fits there in
I'm gonna be busy.
1996
Oh, yeah.
doesn't fit there today.
Yes,
well,
and we did. Thank
understood.
God, the council looked at the plan and said, let's make some changes, let's tweak it. We need more open space. That wasn't in 96. We need more recreation. We're getting a contribution, a substantial contribution towards recreation. We've reduced the number of units. We've reduced the way the units look. They're more in today's scheme of things.
Yeah, not barrack like
The barracks, as we call them, or the garden apartments,
Right.
right?
Yeah,
And I don't
certain
use any
look.
names, but we know the
No.
apartment complexes. We don't want that.
Yeah.
And we're not going to get them, thank God, because that the council took action.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we would have got a 1996
Style.
project built in here in 2023.
Yeah, things have changed.
And we
so
all love
much.
open space, but we have to be realistic that people own private property and they sell it.
But still, we've done what's needed. We've done cluster development.
made
We've taken developments
decisions.
that were 100 acres plus and limited development to 15, 20 acres. Now that 80 acres is preserved forever. The warehouse project, 800 acres, 400 acres developed, 400 acres left for open space, for wildlife, for the environment, which would have been completely bulldozed
Obliterated, yeah.
if it was,
Yeah, it was
if
about
that development
10,000
that was
apartments.
scheduled for
Yeah,
Right.
had gone.
Route 9 would have continued.
Yeah.
You know, each one of those warehouses is probably
gosh.
equivalent to 2,000 homes.
Oh, at least, yeah.
So
that would
can you
make
imagine the
sense.
traffic that they would have generated? Where these warehouses, they're not fulfillment centers. There's no Amazon coming to Old Bridge. These are not last mile buildings. These are strictly storage buildings. Proximity to the port of Newark, where they can unload a ship and get these products in here and then be branched out. And these truck drivers are not going to be outdoor in rush hour. They're going to travel at night. You're not even going to know they're back there. You don't even see them. So they're going to have a positive impact on the local economy, the infrastructure upgrades we're getting. It was talked about for half a century about the Jake Brown Road extension. Well, it's going to get built. The White Oak Lane extension, where people don't even have to get on Route 9, go on 516, get on White Oak Lane or Jake Brown Road and make it to this new ShopRite. They don't even have to go on Route 9. And people wanting to get to Mamino Park now could get off on Route 9 on Jake Brown Road and go right into the park, as opposed to having to travel down 516.
It's very hard right now to get to the other side of Old Bridge. There's
Right
only
now,
one way
too,
right
yeah,
now.
all the building is going on. So when the dust settles, so to speak, hopefully, you know, then people
And there's not
realize.
going to be as much dust as would have been kicked up
Oh, gosh.
if other development would have moved forward, which was proposed.
That would have been another 20, 30,000 cars on the road a day with 10,000 apartments.
It would have doubled, and the project, you know, was actually called for doubling the size of the town when it came to residential units. So hopefully we can keep that moving forward. Old Bridge is still a big town land mass wise. We have about a little bit more than 50% built out. So that means there's a little bit more than 40% of the town that's, you know, if you look at Old Bridge from above, you see how green it really is.
Yeah, an aerial view shows you.
Yeah. So we have a lot of work to do. And we continue to take it seriously. And
Well,
I think the future looks really good for Old Bridge and its residents, the people who continue to live here, and the people that want to live here. Good options. Public safety, as you all know, is right on the front here, and we're being negatively impacted by a lot of decisions that were made in Trenton,
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
bringing
again,
a lot of crime.
all roads
Yeah.
lead back to the
Yeah,
state, you know.
actually the police officers are handcuffed.
Absolutely,
yes.
Debbie. Great. I always use that as a comment. You know, who's wearing the cuffs? The police officers or the people that want to steal your car or, you know, invade your home? Who's wearing the cuffs? Sometimes you really have to wonder.
And one individual, I think he was arrested 17 times for stealing cars, back out on the street to do it again.
Yeah, and it's,
It's
you know, if they would
challenging.
spend that much time
It's
doing something positive, they'd be in a much better place. But again, I think it's a breakdown of the cities that surround us. It's just
It's hard. It's difficult.
very difficult.
It really
but we're
is.
doing. I think we're
Yeah.
doing better than most towns. We're embracing progress, but
Yeah.
at the same time,
And I hope people relook at their tax bill to see
Right.
that we actually had a decrease municipally in our portion.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being with us
Thank you for
today.
having me.
It's a pleasure. And as always, everyone, have a great day. And thank you for joining us on Council Corner. We'll see you again soon.
Thank you for joining us, and look for future shows, which will include Ward 5 and Ward 6 council people.